Hey guys, I thought it would be fun to do something today a little different. What I want to do is show you 10 American-made guitar builders, some known, some unknown, that will make a guitar in the United States for $1,000. First up, let's talk about the most known guitar and get it out of the way. The Fender American Special Strat and Telecaster. It's a great guitar. There's nothing wrong with them in any way. They are American made and they play just as good, if not better, than the American standard counterparts, coming with jumbo fret wire, alder bodies, maple necks, and of course priced in at about $1,000 American. You just can't beat this deal. Even though it only comes with a gig bag instead of a case, it's still a great deal and you can't go wrong. This next builder is not as well known as Fender. It's CMG Guitars in Georgia. And they make a guitar called the Ashley. Now the Ashley vibes like Les Paul, but it's got something really unique and cool. First of all, they've cut the upper horn away so that you can get to that last D note and then actually bend it up full step to a high E or to an E. And give you an option that maybe Gibson and other manufacturers like that don't give you. It's a great guitar, and it's actually one of the least expensive guitars on this list. Coming in at about $899, you can get one for pretty much well under $1,000. Put $100 in your pocket. It's a great guitar. It's built in the United States, and you can't go wrong with all the beautiful finishes that they have. So check them out. Now this next builder is a little confusing because it's two builders. It's Carvin and Keisel. As we all know, Carvin has rebranded itself into Keisel, but my understanding is there's some guitars still left as Carvin. If I'm wrong, put that in the notes. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight a couple of their guitars. The Keisel is the Aries bevel top. Now the Aries bevel top is only $899. Again, putting $100 in your pocket under the $1,000 mark, built in the USA and California. It's a fantastic guitar, and there's even a better one called and I mean by price, the Carvin Bolt Classic at $799. Again, $200 under the $1,000 price point I was trying to hold everything to. Now next up is a small builder that you won't know. Wolfson Guitars is in Arizona. The owner is Paul Wolfson, and he's making the guitars without CNC machines. He's actually doing these guitars the old way. Now, what's great about his guitars is that makes them 100% custom. You can dream up some ideas and talk with him one-on-one to get what you need out of it, where you're not just talking to the sales rep who then will relay it to the production guy. You're actually talking to the owner / builder. So you will be hands-on in this process. Now, although his custom guitars really don't dabble in $1,000, he does have some stripped down models that just crest right at $1,000. So he's worth mentioning in this video because of that reason. So you understand that's a starting point. So maybe with a little bit more money, you could get something closer to what you like, but stripped down models at about $1,000 made in the USA by a small builder is still an impressive feat. This next builder is probably the most interesting because it's the biggest and it's the most well known. It's Gibson Guitars. Now, Gibson Guitars is the most, I think, hated and loved guitar company out there. Some people feel the guitars are overpriced, some people feel the guitars are some of the best guitars ever made, and that always brings up controversy. But that hasn't stopped this builder from building what I think are two of the most interesting guitars this year in the lineup. The Gibson LE Midtown Standard, check that out, is basically a Gibson American-made guitar with a hardshell case for $1,000. You can't beat that. That's an impressive thing to do for such a colossal giant that builds all high-end guitars and really doesn't have a whole lot of interest in the lower price models in their Gibson lineup. So, and if that wasn't cool enough, they actually have added the Gibson Les Paul Tribute T Satin. Now what I like specifically about that guitar, and I'm already going to tell you from my personal opinion, I think that's the coolest guitar in this lineup because it really vibes with the P90s like the original Gibson Gold Tops, and you can get a classic kind of Gibson guitar for basically $900. Next up is Atomic Guitar Works. Now they are a total custom shop build. You dream it, they can build it. Just check out some of these right here. Now, even though they build custom guitars without CNC machines, They are still a two-man operation. So again, when you talk to them, you're talking to the owners and builders of your instrument, which is always an impressive thing to do in this day and age. Now, even though their guitars dabble in a much higher price point, they actually make a production guitar that you can get for about $1,000. Check this out right here and right here. Now, it's a stripped down model with basswood body, a Seymour Duncan pickup, and a maple neck. But what's nice is that tells you where you can start, and maybe for some extra money, you could maybe have them custom adapt some of that for you, right? And it's just an impressive guitar for a handmade instrument in this day and age for hitting $1,000. Even though this next manufacturer has some of the highest priced guitars in the market, that hasn't stopped Paul Reed Smith Guitars from making American-made guitars for $1,000. The S2 Satin Finish series is actually made in Maryland and sits at $999 with a deluxe gig bag. It's an impressive feat for any manufacturer that does such high dollar guitars to offer a price point in their main facility to the consumer at a very affordable price point. It's just a really nice thing to see. Next up is Binford Guitars. Now, Binford Guitars is, again, another small builder. He doesn't do a whole lot of guitars, but his guitars are priced extremely reasonable, right? It's hitting at under $1,000 for, again, another American-made quality guitar builder is just an impressive feat to see every day in a world where guitars can be basically made in China for the price points that these guys are doing by hand. So, kudos to this manufacturer or this builder for doing such a great job. Please check out his guitars as well. Galvin Guitars is another guitar company made in California. Now, Galvin Guitars, even though it makes higher end guitars and custom guitars like you're seeing here, they actually also make a price point guitar at $999. Now, most people will know Galvin Guitars from Will's Easy Guitar, which is a very infamous and famous YouTuber. And what's great is you can always check out his channel to see his vast amounts of knowledge, but also to see what a great guitar builder he is. He actually does a course where he teaches you how to build the guitars. Now, the honorable mention goes to Godin Guitars, and this is always an issue because of the fact that although the guitars are assembled in New Hampshire, which is in the United States, they are done so from Canadian parts. Now, that's a question because it's actually not American made, it's American assembled. Although when you really get down to the brass tacks of it, most of these manufacturers really are doing the same thing. So I don't feel it's fair to exclude Godin for doing something in the way that they print it on the headstock, the way everyone else is doing it, since they're just kind of just trying to be honest and say, yeah, it's not 100% made in the USA, but it was pretty much assembled here. So Godin has a couple guitars at that price point, which is nice. They have the Session Custom 59 and the Core HB. Both these guitars sit at $799 and $999 price points, and it's an amazing product that you can't beat that has actually got a made in USA stamping on it. Like I said, it'll say assembled in USA, but we all know what that means. And kudos to them for such a great quality product. Now, before you beat me up and say, hey, you didn't play any of these guitars, there's a reason for that. I actually contacted all these companies and said, I want to do this special, and I plan to do it as well. In fact, I plan to do it next month. But what the problem was is it's not very fair. The big manufacturers, when I contacted them, said no problem, and they'd send a guitar out. The small guys basically said, look, I don't have time. I can't take a guitar out of a customer's hands that's waiting for a guitar and send it to you for review, even though it would pretty much help them in every way. And I thought, okay, that's not fair. So I thought, let's have some fun. So here's what we're gonna do. Please check out all of these links that I've put down below to all these manufacturers. And then in the comments, aside from whatever great comments you have to say, positive about any of this stuff, please put the name of the guitar manufacturer you want me to buy. Here's what I promise. I am going to buy one of the guitars I mentioned in this video, and then I'm going to review it. Now, I'm not saying I won't review other guitars as well. I will. But I will buy the guitar out of my own money from one of these builders. So, and it is as simple as that. The most votes win. So if you vote for the American Special Strat, that's what I get. If you get Atomic or Galvin or Wolfson, that's what I get. So basically, whatever you vote, I will take my own hard-earned cash and I will buy one of these guitars from these manufacturers and give it a full review. And then I might do a review of some other guitars as well, but on the list, because I think it'd be worth it. But I want to just go ahead and just do that for you guys, because especially since these are all unique pieces and the most wins, so we'll do that. Okay, So, like I said, please check out the links below to find out more about those guitars. Please put in the comments whatever you have that you think will be valuable to add to this video. Plus, just put the name of the manufacturer. So if you have comments, put that separate, because I just want to go and count the names. So in the comments, just put the name of the manufacturer you want me to buy the guitar. If you want to put the model of the guitar you want me to buy too, that will help, especially since Gibson and Carvin and some of these companies actually offer 2 models or more. If there's a guitar company I missed, put that in there as well. I probably won't do it, but I will do another one of these, and I will add another list of guitar manufacturers. And as always, if you haven't subscribed and you'd like to, please hit the subscription button down below. It lets me know that you're interested in videos and you'd like to see more, and it motivates me to make them. If you like the videos, hit like, and if you dislike the videos, hit dislike. And as always, thank you for your time and know your gear.